I do. I feel really bad because I unfriended my friend. He was smoking crack, and like I got an 8 ball, and like thinking he was cool, and like, hey man, look, man, I'm not trying to be a hater or even like look down on. You want to do drugs? That's fine. But the thing is, I don't want to be like exposed to it because I want to like meet a good woman and have a family. I haven't done drugs like that in over 30 years, and even then it was like just dabble now and then at a party, you know what I mean? Like in high school, like just, I mean, without getting too deep in it, it's been like over 30 years since I've touched any hard drugs. And even then, I wasn't a big fucking, running and gunning, And I mean, I touched the stuff. What happened is I did it for a couple weeks and then I went to fucking straight to NA because I fucking hated myself, man. And anyways, like I went to high school with some of these people, like do drugs, and he's like trying to maintain a friendship with like people from high school, and like he doesn't have anyone else. He's telling me he's suicidal, this and so I wanted to stay for. But then he's like smoking crack in my stream, and I was like pushing and like offering me crack, and I'm like, pushing it way too far, man. Wanting to hang out and like all the time, messaging me constantly. It's like I only want to talk like not like it's coming in my stream is fine every day, but like just like, hey, good morning and good night. I was like, dude, you're like if you're my girlfriend, like he's like saying every morning, hey, good morning. What do like, dude, I don't want to say good morning like if I email it, if I'm talking to a girl and I start messaging her every day, good morning, they get creeped out. You know what I mean? It's like every time I turn on my fucking internet, it's like good morning from my bro. I'm like, dude, can you like only message me on Facebook like twice a week or something? And I understand. If you like don't have anyone else, but he does. He's got a roommate and he's moving to Mount Whitehall or whatever, and he's got friends. So, but like that's not the point. The point is like I don't want to be exposed to hard drugs, and I tried to like bend over backwards because like for like our old friendship, you know what I mean? But then he's like getting real sloppy. He's like putting it on my fucking Facebook wall and shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I thought you were supposed to be paranoid and he's like posting about crack on Facebook and shit. And I'm like, dude, he was paranoid about weed. Like, he was afraid to go to the dispensary because it's like, it's illegal. And then now he's like, crack in public and shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So I said, can you keep it like private and shit? Like, and then I deleted his comments and then he reposted them over again. So I was like, blocked him. He's like fighting with me and shit. I was like, dude, I feel bad for him though, because he's like alone and he doesn't have anybody and he just like, I think he's like easily confused. He doesn't understand. I'm like, bro, my Facebook has like 4,000 people. It's just not me and you talking here, dude. Like having this public conversation about crack. And then I deleted the comments and I sent him a private comment. I said, look, man, you're my ancient friend. I want to stay friends, but can you like not talk about crack on my Facebook, man? Like, and I don't want, in fact, can you not talk about it at all? Like, if you go to NA, well, we could talk, but I'd rather like, I don't want to hear about fucking drugs, dude, at all. And then after that, he posted something else. That's when I blocked him, dude. So I think if you, now that I'm talking out loud, it was kind of fast. It might have been like simultaneously, like, but I deleted his comment. I mean, but like the thing is, if you tell someone, hey, back off, don't talk about this in public, and then they do it again, then they've crossed your boundary. You set a boundary and then he crossed it. And you said, hey, look, this is what I don't like. Hey, I'm willing to maintain a friendship with you despite your drug using, which I really goes against, but he's like a brother to me in many ways. I was like, well, I'm willing to suspend my fucking roles because you're like a brother to me who's complaining about how you don't have anyone in life. But then you're like, well, if you just keep it private and then don't even talk about it around me, I don't want to hear about it. I'd rather, like, if you go to rehab, we could talk about, you know, I'd like if he's sobered up. No, so when he's sober, he's actually a pretty nice guy. I won't name names or anything, but he knows who he is. But like, if he's sober, he's actually a pretty nice guy. He's like into gardening and like seriously, no, he gardens and he took care of cats and like, oh, it's a pretty nice fellow, man. Nature walks and like pretty peaceful guy. But like, I don't want to be. Then there's like this other side where he's like kind of like street urchin, you know, like I got an 8-ball, and I'm like, dude, no, like, okay, I'm not. And see, the other thing is, I've got a heart condition. There's two sides of it. Like, I don't want to be around any drug users. Period. That's all there is to it. Like weed. Only if you smoke weed. That's it. Even if you're an alcoholic, there's girls on this app that I steered away from because they're drinking all the time. Like, even if you drink now and then is one thing, but if you're drunk all the time or doing any hard drugs, then I don't associate with people like that just because I'm not looking down on them. I just like to protect myself and my future family. But I was like willing to suspend my roles sometimes if it's like someone I've known since he was fucking 6 years old, he was 6 and I was fucking 8 and shit, you know what I mean? But like, it's like, dude, I'm sorry that I've known you for fucking 40 years. But the thing is, they like cross your boundary. You say, hey, this is what the boundary is, man. But I said, hey, if you like sober up and you go to NA or something, then we could talk again. I'd like to be friends again. You have to set boundaries, man. And it's the same thing. Like if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you got to set specific boundaries and make them clear. Like, this is what I don't find acceptable. This is what I do find acceptable. And the thing is, I said, like, I'd like to stay your friend, but can you just not talk about crack? And then he's like, crack, 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 crack. I'm like, block. So, like, double down. I said, this is like unacceptable, the shit you're saying, and I don't want to hear about hard drugs. And then double down on it. It's like the same thing. I had a conversation with my mother. My mother's fucking very insulting. She likes to fucking put me down constantly. She said, I stink at guitar. I'm ugly. And I said, oh, well, that really hurts my feelings when you say that. She said, too bad, it's true. Doubles down on her cruelty. So I said, listen, like, I need you to not insult me. If you insult me, I'm going to not hang out with you anymore. She insulted me and I quit hanging out with her. You know what I mean? And it's like my own fucking mother, but it's like you set up fucking boundaries, man. And if they continue to fucking cross the line, you might give them 1 or 2 chances, man. But it's like, hey, look, and I'm not a fucking rehab. There's a rehab on the corner. You know what I mean? There's a fucking NA meeting every Monday and Tuesday right there in the corner. Heck, I'll even meet someone there, if they want to sober up and need a friend. I'll go meet you at a meeting, dude. But I don't want to sit there while you're fucking toking crack and shit, dude. And then mouthing off at me and shit. It was like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you mouthing off at the only friend you have? He just said, I don't have any friends. And then he's like picking arguments with me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is this why you don't have any friends? Do you do this to everyone else? Just suddenly being a dick, using shit I said against me, like when we were just talking, like I said, oh, I'm pretty good at negotiating, and he's like, oh, and I said, well, like I could talk people into stuff. I'm pretty good at talking, and then he said, oh, you're like a swindler, like putting me down. Like what the? No, I don't swindle anybody, dude. Like you take something positive, like telling them something positive. Like I'm a pretty good salesman when there's a good product. I'm not like ripping anyone off. And he like put it that way, like real negative, like I'm a car lemon salesman and shit. I'm like, no, I'm talking about good quality products, dude, not fucking a lemon, dude. Like a bad car salesman. But actually, I like him. I want to stay his friend, dude. It just if he would like stay away from the drugs, or at least don't bring them to my attention. You know what I mean? Reminds me of my friend Nick. I let my friend Nick live with me. Well, he passed away. I mentioned his name, but he's no longer with us. I guess it doesn't matter. Um, but I let him live with me. I mean, he was homeless, and well, he told me he wanted to sober up. He was, going to NA, and then he came into my house, and he was lying. He was high as a kite and he'd be like nodding off, and I'd be like, Nick. He'd be like this. You know what I mean? Like sleeping with his eyes closed, and then wake up suddenly. And I'd be like, dude, you're high as fuck. He'd be like, I'm not high. And then he was really weird behavior. Like he'd say, I'm going to the Rite Aid to get some snacks. And then he would come home with like juice and snacks. And then he'd be like on the phone and shit, like wheeling and dealing on the phone. And then he'd be like, I need to go back to the store, man. Do you need anything at the store? Hey, I'll get you some Reese's Cups. I'll get you some ice cream. Anything you want at the store. Like trying to schmooze me over, telling me he's like going to get me ice cream. And he just came back from the store. And I guess like, I don't know if he went out and was like looking and didn't. And then someone called him when he got back. I don't know what happened, but someone called him when he got back, and he was wheeling and dealing, and he kept saying he wanted to get sober, and I wanted him to, but he kept, I said, dude, the worst part is the lying. I said, I'd rather you tell me I'm gonna go meet some dude on the corner, and just go meet him a few blocks from the house, and like fucking just nod off and fucking be high, and like don't lie to me. I'd rather with him, I just be honest with me, man. They don't have to fucking. I don't like feeling like lied to. But then he was like smoking all my weed and then eating all my food, which I didn't mind, man, so much. It was like, well, go ahead, eat all the food. But it was like weird. He like use all my soap. Like I had like the soap for months, and he just like use it constantly, and like it was weird how shit like that would just be gone. All the tea was suddenly gone. Like he just used everything in the house, and then but all that was like, oh, fine. I didn't. I was gonna put up. Then it was like 3 in the morning. I had to work at 7 in the morning, and he's like cleaning my pipe, like my fucking resin and shit. He's like sleeping in the living room. My bedroom's upstairs. He was down on the couch, and then he would wake up at like 4 in the morning and start fucking cleaning my pipes, like literally, and like hitting it really hard. I'm like, dude, I gotta work in 3 fucking hours. Like, you can't wait till I go to work. Like, I go to work in 3 fucking hours, and then you can fucking clean my fucking. And first of all, I don't want you to clean my resin because I'm out of fucking weed at the end of the month. And I like to fucking have my resin, dude. Plus, he didn't even. It was just like the disrespect of making loud noise down in the living room when I'm sleeping. And I'm like, dude, and then he was supposed to like clean up the house for the rent and shit. Like the deal was he helps me clean, and then he could live for free because I'm not the best at cleaning. I want to live cleaner, and I was like, well, okay, I could use the help, man. But he didn't do anything until like I came home. Like he wouldn't do anything until I came home, and then he would like sweep in front of me. Like, look, I'm cleaning. I'm like, dude, you did nothing all fucking day, and then you just like sweeping in front of me, like, so. It's a shame he took it. I felt like he was taking advantage of the situation and like coasting instead of really like he could have like if he was really like take advantage of the situation in a good way, like try to eat healthy, help me clean, get back on his feet, get a job. But Steady was just like getting high and coasting and lying, and it was like, dude. So I had to throw him out, man, and I felt really bad. Like, no, if he was like trying to take care of his life, if he like got sober, or he at least was trying, if he really did clean up the house like he said he would, and if he like tried to get a job in his own place, but he showed no signs of any of that. His only sign was to like get high and lie about it, even to himself. The worst lying was to himself, that he'd say, Kevin, my name's Kevin, and he would say, Kevin, I realize I'm not an addict. I'd be like, dude, you've been shooting heroin and crack for 30 fucking years, dude. It's like the worst addict I know. You shoot up in his fucking eyeballs, in his neck, in his dick. His only waking thought is the next fucking drug. And then he'd look at me and say, I'm not an addict. I'm like, okay, dude. I can't take this anymore, man. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore, dude. He had, like, at least, man, I might fall short, but at least I have ambition. Like, I want to start my own business. I want to sell tie-dyes. I want to make music. I want to program video games. And unfortunately, my friend never had any, his only ambition was like my next high. And anyway, I don't know why I'm even talking about all that. But yeah, I recently had to block a guy, because it's like, it's about boundaries. You set boundaries for yourself. You don't want to be around drug users. You don't want to be around alcoholics. You know what I mean? You don't want to be around thieves, liars. And I really don't think that's a whole lot to ask in life. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm willing to like maybe postpone my roles for like someone I've known for that long, but not when it's like you're pissing on me now, all like pretty fast. Well, I blocked him before because he was getting drunk and fighting. It was like 7-year-old girls and the father. He said, "Oh, those thugs on the corner," and I'm like, "You mean the family with the tricycle and the plastic slide?" Like, I'm completely confused. I think he was like walking down the street, like, "What are you looking at?" Not, you know what I mean? Because he kept saying, "I'm itching for a fight. I'm itching for a fight." He kept saying that, and then like, he's like, "Oh, I'm ready to fight someone. I'm ready to fight." And then he's the type to be like, "What are you looking at?" Like, I look at people and go, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? I'm smiling. "Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you." He's like, "What are you looking at?" And so like, I think he might have, I'm not so sure he didn't fucking antagonize them. Because it's like, he's like, "Oh, those," and then he was like, "There was 7-year-old girls." Like, and I was like, this is fucking a little weird. Like, I'm not buying your side of the story that you fully just got jumped randomly and they're out to get you. Did you start this initially? Because there's a fucking like plastic slide in their yard and a fucking tricycle, and they've never been anything other than friendly with me. Whereas he's itching for a fight. So I was like, dude, like one day he ran into my house and he's like, we have to go fight. We have to go fight. And like, I was trying to figure out what happened. I couldn't figure it out. And what happened was he just like a truck came by and and he said the people were looking at him funny as a truck was driving past. And I was like, that's when you're like off the deep end, dude, when you're trying to fight people for looking at you funny. Now, it's one thing if they're like really looking at you funny, like maybe slowing down their car, but then it's like, are you just fighting cars as they drive by? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. It's all a little too much. And like, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, I went to college. You know what I mean? I went to college and I worked for like banks and law firms. I'm trying to like meet a woman who wants a family, and I don't want like drug users, and I don't want to like introduce new people. This is, and it's like been a long time coming. But it can be, the point is it can be painful sometimes. Like I wanted to be friends with my friend. I wanted to be friends. I really did. In many ways, I love the guy like a brother. More than a brother, more than my own brother. But until he sobers up, dude, I got to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, call me if you sober up, man, because I can't. You're crossing the line into my, I don't want to be exposed to drugs and you're suddenly doing that. You know what I mean? Like, so, and it's tough, man. And I said, keep it away from me. Don't talk about it. And then he talked about it again. So I blocked him. I had to block him because after I told him, listen, I'm willing to stay your friend if you don't talk about it and you keep it, you know, out of my purview. And then he's like mouthing off some more as a block. This was me extending, you know, an olive branch saying, hey, I'll look past your character defects and stay your friend if you can, like, you know, respect that I don't want to hear about hard drugs at all. And then he just started mouthing off some more, and I had to block him because it was like I asked for a boundary, and he didn't respect that boundary. And it stinks because I would have liked to stay friends too. But I did say, hey, if you ever sober up and go to NA or something, then we could reconnect. You know what I mean? Well, even on the Meet Me app, I'm on the Meet Me app platform, and if there's like a girl on there who's fucking like drunk constantly, then I back off from her. There's been like girls that like I could have dated that were like super, actually pretty hot. You know what I mean? And they're like just drunk all the time, dude. Like every single time I see them, they're fucking hammered, and I'm like, I can't do this, dude. I want someone who just like smokes weed, plays video games, and chills. You know what I mean? I can't mess with no like alcoholics or drug addicts, man. You know what I mean? Weed is the only drug that I will accept. I mean, if you're like prescribed drugs from a doctor for something serious, that's a different story too. But if you're like, I just scored an 8-ball, it's like, I'm sorry, I've got to block you because I don't want to be exposed to hard drugs. And I don't really think it's cool. There was a girl on the Meet Me app doing that, man. Well, I stopped visiting our stream, dude. That's kind of the point, right? All right, let's get into this game. Enough drama tales. Well, it's real life, dude. What you get here is real life stories, man. Real life stories with some hippies. Well, now hopefully I got a permanent um, shockwave gun because before they were temporary, they like I used them 3 times and then they disappeared. I'm not 100% sure if this is the way to go or not. I think it is, yeah.
I'll drop it down here, somehow leads us back up to the top floor.
Maybe there's an elevator up ahead. Hugh, look! What's this?
That's the Earth. The blue part there's all ocean. Look outside and you can see it from here. That's weird. Only got half of it here. Ah, okay. Printer's busted. But the data here looks alright.
The ocean. Water everywhere.
Kinda hard to appreciate when it's just that. Listen, we get back to the shelter, I'll whip you up a new one.
Really? I want to see!
hurry and contact her.
That'll make her suit work better. Should we take a break?
Well, the reason is I can add the mod that I just got. So, and the power up, because I know I'm going to be fighting here too.
We can stay here for a while, right? Let's get lots of REMs and decorate. Thank you. No, I'm gonna give it a spin. Let's get lots. REMs are pretty weird.
What do you mean?
Everything we need.
Well, being up here. Diana.
I don't get tired.
No.
Yeah, I could put on that mod, level up a little bit, and warp right back there.
This should help me keep going.
Imagine if our competitors tried to break in, got their hands on our film. Theaters would never let that happen.
Dots did all the work, leaving him bored to tears. And cry me a river.
Are you bored too, Hugh?
Nah, I'm good. Kinda hard to get bored keeping up with your chit-chat.
Threat detected nearby. Be careful. I gotta hack him first.
Then hurry! I just want to left.
This will make it easier to hit things harder.
You know what? I didn't save it last time, and I don't want to do everything I just did in the last 15 minutes or whatever over again. So you actually have to come in here to save it.
There it is. Somebody left their dice here.
Wait, since when did we have dice?
Since we printed the globe, they both appeared at the same time.
I see. Looks like we got some freebies.
Freebies?
The person who made that REM put in a little extra to cheer us up.
I see. I want to tell the person who made it that I liked it a lot.
I'm sure they got the message.
Hey, can I give you something? Hugh? Thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Uh-huh. I drew it. It's for you.
Look at that. You wrote your name, too. Not half bad, kiddo.
Hey, Hugh! We can use this to hit harder and beat things faster. Ticket online. Defenses are down.
You're going down. Jeez, what's that?
Intruders detected. Please remove them from the premises.
Are we there yet?
Not sure. Starting to feel a bit lost. Alright, we made it. Now where do we find the main power terminal?
Not that good at long distances.
Lockdown disengaged. Reconnecting primary power. Energy levels at 30%. 40%. 50%. 60%.
Warning. Unauthorized access detected. Severing primary connection. This is Edith. Unregistered guests are forbidden from this area. Initializing sector guard protocol. Scanning. Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize? Us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. Get ready.
idea what the hell this is?
Never seen it before.
So it's not one of your rock buddies? Then I guess we can just go in blasting.
Move, you!
Where'd they get all those missiles?
They were made for lunatic.
Lucky us, right?
Honest.
You're going down.